PlayStation Plus lineup for the month of May has been revealed, and I can already tell that you guys are gonna be absolutely furious. This is one of the worst months in recent memory, and in actuality, both of the game offerings, if you look at them from an assessment standpoint and see how they were revealed and assess them as games themselves, they are pretty good games. However, the issue with this month is you don't have that big budget game, you don't have a marquee title that gamers are actually going to recognize. They're games that are a little bit under the radar and games that a lot of you guys don't know about, so you might just initially see them and be like, man, this is a terrible month. And by Plus standards, it is a pretty big drop off, and I've been saying because they removed PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita titles, the rationale was that the game offerings were just gonna get better and better. Now the entirety of the budget was gonna go to the PlayStation 4 offerings. So why are the offerings seemingly getting worse? I don't know, but we will take a look at the PlayStation Plus lineup because a lot of you guys are gonna be negative about that. I do want to cover some more positive topics after that, and that is the Dreams Early Access. It's getting its first major update due out later this month. But first up, I know you guys are interested in the PlayStation Plus free offerings for the month of May, and the games include What Remains of Edith Finch as well as Overcooked. Now, both of these games are actually received very well, and we'll talk a little bit about them. But again, the issue is, unlike the majority of months where you have one big game highlighting it and then you have another game kind of as a complementary and supplementary title, in this case, because the majority of gamers don't know about What Remains of Edith Finch, a lot of gamers don't know about Overcooked, I think generally this month is just going to be seen pretty negatively, where if you actually look at how these games have been received from a review standpoint and from a standpoint of the people that actually played these titles, both of these games have been received very well. I just don't think they're gonna be up a lot of your guys' alleys, especially the casual PlayStation Plus subscriber. This isn't the type of game that you want to get. But nonetheless, let's talk about What Remains of Edith Finch first. From the creators of The Unfinished Swan, a great game in its own right. It's a story-driven atmospheric walking simulator, and it's a collection of strange tales about a family in Washington State. As Edith, you'll explore the colossal Finch house, searching for stories as she explores her family history and tries to figure out why she's the last one in her family left alive. The game won a lot of awards, and it was received incredibly strongly. An 89 on Metacritic. The game was also released on Steam, and based on 10,000 user reviews, it has a 95% positive feedback, which is incredibly positive. That does peg it as overwhelmingly positive, and if you guys are familiar with Steam reviews, whenever a game is overwhelmingly positive in terms of Steam reception, that means that usually it's pretty good. But nonetheless, the gameplay and the tone of the stories are as varied as the Finches themselves. The only constants are that each is played from a first-person perspective and that each story ends with that family member's death. Ultimately, it's a game about what it feels like to be humbled and astonished by the vast and unknowable world around us. Created by Giant Sparrow, the team behind the first-person painting game The Unfinished Swan, I would say What Remains of Edith Finch is their better game. It's their more compelling game. And it is a very good game, but in the case of a game like What Remains of Edith Finch, is it really going to captivate the casual PlayStation 4 gamer? I don't necessarily think so, and it is a game that is usually on sale. When it is on sale, you can find it less than $10. The regular price is $19.99, so even from a value standpoint, comparatively speaking to some of the other offerings like a Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remaster that we got recently, that game typically goes for $40, so you kind of see a little bit of discrepancy there, but it's still a very good game, and I hope that gamers do give it a chance and actually play through it because it's a quality title. I enjoyed my time with it, even though it's a little bit on the shorter side, even though it's a lighter on the gameplay. You do have a very compelling narrative here, but I do know that strong story-driven games and games that are primarily driven by their story and less so on their gameplay, I don't know if that's going to be up the alley of the majority of you guys, but nonetheless a pretty good game, and I hope that you guys check it out. Also, you'll be getting Overcooked, and Overcooked is another game with an incredibly positive reception. You do get Overcooked 1 here, and if you don't know what the game is, it's a chaotic couch co-op cooking game for 1 to 4 players. Working as a team, you and your fellow chefs must prepare, cook, and serve up a variety of tasty orders before the paying customers storm out in a huff. Sharpen your knives and dust off your chef's whites. There isn't much room for error, and the stakes are high in these crazy kitchens. The Onion Kingdom is in danger, and the only finest cooking can save it. In Overcooked, players must journey through a variety of cruel and unusual kitchens on their quest to become master chefs capable of conquering an ancient edible evil which plagues the land. Obviously, it's a game not to be taken all too seriously, but you can play solo or engage in classic chaotic couch co-op for up to 4 players in both cooperative and competitive challenge modes. You'll have to cook a range of different dishes and work together in order to become the most effective and ultimate team if you are playing cooperatively, but again, you can go head to head. And it's super easy to pick up and play that anyone can join in on the fun, but finding a team who can communicate and coordinate their actions when the pizza hits the fan, that's when only a well-oiled team of super chefs will come out on top. Now, this is a great offering as a PlayStation PlayStation Plus title because, again, it's such an easy game to just jump in and play, and even if you yourself is not going to be interested in it, you might have a couple of friends over, you might just want a quality couch co-op title, and Overcooked definitely fits that bill. And I think this would have been an awesome game as a complementary game to a bigger game that would have appeased the more casual mainstream PlayStation Plus subscriber. If you had a relatively big budget experience in there, I don't know why they didn't go that route. Maybe because they're already running a bunch of big sales right now on the PlayStation Store and they'd rather you buy games than be subscribed to Plus and get those games for free. I don't know what the case is. I could speculate all day, but Overcooked and What Remains of Edith Finch are quality games. I don't want to get it twisted. It's just that I already can see it coming a mile away that you guys are going to be incredibly disappointed by it. I can't see the comments as I'm recording this video, but I am sure the comments are filled with, wow, what a crap month. Wow, I'm not even expecting anything and I'm still disappointed. I know those comments are gonna come in, but hopefully you guys do enjoy your time with What Remains of Edith Finch and Overcooked because they are quality games and they are games worth playing. And as I've always said, if you are buying PlayStation Plus at a discount, a 12-month subscription was recently available for $40. We covered that yesterday. You should only be paying, what, $3 and change a month for Plus, and to get What Remains of Edith Finch and Overcooked for $3 and change a month, that's pretty good. Now, I've always been against the notion of paying to play online, but nonetheless, that is the world that we live in, so at least we're getting some decent games along the way, even though we lose access to them when our Plus subscription runs out. Nonetheless, for the month of May, check out What Remains of Edith Finch, check out Overcooked. I know a lot of you guys are going to be disappointed, I know a lot of you guys aren't going to be happy, but maybe if you actually play the game, you'll be a little bit surprised with what they offer. Again, a little bit disappointing by my standards, especially because we're not getting PlayStation 3 games anymore, not getting PlayStation Vita games anymore, which is super important because a lot of the great Plus offerings have been PS Vita, PS4 game cross-buys, and that was just added as a third game. Now they've quietly removed that. They've removed the PS3 games, only getting 2 games a month, while Xbox One gamers are getting 4 games a month, even though for Games with Gold, the month of May was absolute trash, but nonetheless, you guys get the idea. Hopefully they do bounce back with some high-key titles in the month of June. Alright, so outside of that, I also want to give you guys a quick heads up on Dreams. Gamers are creating some absolutely incredible creations, and it's only been a couple of weeks since Dreams hit early access, so give it some time and even more incredible creations will be made. I've seen some very cool stuff, but right now everything is still in its infancy. However, Dreams early access will get its first major update, and it will be out later in May. The May update will include more tutorial and templates, new assets for creators to use, raising the level cap past 100, and various Dreamverse social abilities such as blocking other users. That's not all too bad. If somebody's harassing you, now you'll be able to block them within Dreams. Dreams is such an incredible game, and to see what gamers have come up in this early access period where not even all the features are available to them, the entire toolset isn't laid out, and they're already creating some incredible things. Now, obviously, these games aren't super expansive at this point. You don't have a game that's going to offer you a lot of longevity. That's a Dreams release, but nonetheless, what's going to happen in 6 months? What's going to happen in a year, 2 years? The possibilities are literally endless, and Dreams itself is a game with so much inherent longevity attached to it, so I'm really excited for what can come in the future. Also, Media Molecule did note this to Game Informer, quote, "For us, accessibility is really important, and that includes accessibility for people who have difficulty using motion controls. So things like mouse and keyboard help with that." So yeah, anything can happen in regards to accessibility. For us, it's just a matter of prioritizing motion-free controls that uses the PlayStation 4, and then later down the road, we can look into possible mouse and keyboard support. Mouse and keyboard support would be really huge if you do want a little bit more nuances in terms of customizability and creation. I think that would be a really cool addition, and just offering gamers the most amount of options available, especially because Dreams is a game with so much depth to it that being limited to a controller, yeah, that's gonna be fine for some people, but for a lot of other people, having the versatility of a keyboard and mouse would go a long way. So that update will be dropping sometime in May. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be disappointed by the PlayStation Plus offerings for the month of May. Those games will go live next Tuesday on May 7th. Give the games a look if you're a Plus subscriber anyway. You've got nothing to lose, and you might end up being surprised by What Remains of Edith Finch. And again, Overcooked is a great couch co-op game. I do hope they bounce back with a big budget title in the month of June, but we shall see on that. And Dreams Early Access is going to get its first major update, and that's due out in May. A lot of updates coming with that, and it looks like at some point keyboard and mouse support will be added, but right now they're working on non-motion controls. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.